you. My mic is off. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you, Art, for letting me know. I appreciate you. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you could hear me, dude. Would appreciate it. Hey, what up, Rage Dude? Instagram is dead, per usual. Hello? What's up, bro? I just connected properly on the comments. Okay, well, sucks. I hope the YouTube could hear me, but if not, that sucks. Hold up, I gotta fix the Instagram live. 1 second now. Okay, that should have fixed it. All I was saying is, as consumers, you guys have a responsibility to like things that are not fake and just mindless brain rot shit, right? As consumers, you have responsibility. If you like art, if you're into art, and you see original artists, you support them. That's your responsibility, because already we have a system that's against people being original in anything. Okay, so when you see somebody creating something original, and you respect it, show your respect by liking their videos, liking their live, talking, commenting, or whatever you can. I'm gonna put away the comments in the chats. I'm gonna not look at them. I'm gonna continue on this panel. We're gonna finish it, then I'll check the chat. Okay, last chance to say anything before I go back. I'm gonna see 1 and 2 and 3. All right. Yes. So you have a responsibility as consumers to support original creators, not just for art, whatever field. Why? Why do you have that responsibility? The reason is because the ocean of shit we live in, and it comes to the online space, social media is really social entertainment groups, right? It's not media anymore. It's not social. It's not for socializing anymore. It's just mindless media, brain rot media. It's because you guys are gonna be ultimately the ones swimming in that ocean of shit content. So it's very rare when you find a fresh spot of clean water in this vast ocean of trash, unfortunately. And when you see that, you really ought to show support. You ought to show likes. Okay, you really ought to show the algorithm, hey, overlord, algorithm, I want you to make this guy, this girl, actually succeed in their path. Like. Share. Follow. Simple as that. Your other options is watch mindless content that gives you nothing except maybe some temporary laughs, if any. Or watch some rich kid who wants to be relevant basically pay a shit ton of clippers and streamers to force you to see his stuff or her stuff. So those are your options. Or like and support original creators. No brainer. No, I would rather like and support it if it was Boruto. Okay, get the hell out of here, bro. But he's not even drawing JJK. Okay, bro, get the hell out of here. He's drawing his own original stuff. But how am I supposed to know if it's good? I mean, it looks good. Oh, did I say too much? Oh. How do I know if it's good if the establishment didn't decide for me? Because you know in your soul, bruh. How do I know if it's good if it doesn't have 10 million likes? It must suck then, right? Right, guys? Right? Yeah. So you gotta reject mediocrity, and the way you do it is you stop supporting the slop. The AI slop, the rich kid slop, the fucking bullshit that's out there on the social medias, the trends, the shit that wants to make you a groupthink personality so you don't have a single thought of your own. And you have to seek out people who are actually trying to do something with their own intelligence, with their own creativity, and support them. Alright, that's that. Now I'm going to talk about some random stuff that I feel like talking about. Right now I'm listening to this Curtis Yarvin guy. It's very convincing, but a lot of what he says is also just wrong. This is not like a, it's like a pro-efficiency way of thinking, you know, his thoughts on how a government should be run. And it's like, oh no, we gotta maximize efficiency and profit. Like, you know, a government isn't a corporation. Oh yes it is. Oh well, we're fucked. Yeah, but China, they're doing that. They're gonna beat us. Bro, you know we could kick anybody's ass, right? We have way too many weapons. It's crazy how, like, because the reason we don't have, by the way, like a utopia in our society, like not like crazy dystopian type utopia where it's like the giver, everybody has an exact role they have to play, and You know, all that bullshit. I mean, like, just enough, like, people can actually live their life and have not to worry about going hungry the next day or that day or whatever, you know? The necessities completely take care of. They don't have to worry about a hospital bill. They don't have to worry about, like, you know? The only reason it's like that is because we're afraid that we're going to get attacked and conquered. And that's why we always got to be like, oh, we're going to be ready. So, it's unfortunate, but it's a lot of decisions of the system we live in. It's not based off of what's best for us, and fair and right and good. It's mostly based off of, but our enemies are gonna have this and we're not gonna have that. Well, who decided they're your enemies? Well, have you seen how they treat? Oh yeah, okay. But how about you? How do you treat your people? Well, I have to treat them this way because they treat them that way, so I have to be ready. Come on, dude. How about we lead by example? Why is that so hard? If we created the best system on earth, maybe it's not the most profit-driven system, but everybody's, you know, survival and happiness, everybody's thriving. What that's gonna do is gonna attract the superstars that are everywhere on planet Earth, that are born every day. And they're gonna come more flooding to your country, and they're gonna bring inventions and innovations that's gonna just completely destroy the competition. And so you already got the biggest military in the world. All you really need to do is be more friendly. Like, genuinely be more friendly, and don't fall into that supremacist doctrine mindset. Because that's the thing that gets you to go down to the ground. That's what's gonna get you to fucking forget that you're only human and that we're all brothers, sisters, and that we can help each other. Yeah, well, I was born this color, so therefore, doesn't make any sense. But look at what not me, but my ancestors did. That's what they say. That's where they get their pride. They get their pride not even from their own actions, these supremacists. They get their pride from, my great ancestor did this thing that was amazing, and therefore the whole race is like that. No, buddy. Ultimately, you're an individual. You don't get to ride the coattails of someone that you're not even blood related to on top of that. When these guys come into our country, it just ruins our... No, it doesn't, bro. You're thinking too much, bro. It's just like a scapegoat so the rich can keep you distracted and separated, get you to fight each other. And if they see you acting up, they will put you in jail, bro. Like, no joke. They will figure out a way to do it, and it's sad. That's why we have to go to fiction, share stories and truth through these fictions, so people don't forget what's actually important. Because there's a program running as we're growing, and it's a program that wants to completes voluntary subservience. And then that way you cannot blame anybody when you're asked, why did you do X, Y, Z? You said, but you chose it. And really, what choice did you have? And they robbed you of your capacity to even think, to even real, when you're just so following trends. Oh man, and TikTok is so full of this supremacist mindset. It's really pathetic. Like, a lot of them think Like, and it's all colors. It's all colors. It's not just one color. It's all colors, bro. You'll have, they're all trying to support their own groups, and it's like so tribal. And you'll see in the comment section the most racist pictures. Wait, what the hell? It's crazy. You guys don't see how you're being played. You guys are all on the same team, bro. No. See, that's actually a big risk. Because most of you guys, you know, I was actually for a very long time, I was an atheist. I didn't even believe in any, I didn't believe in anything that I couldn't see, touch, feel, or kind of see the results of after. Like oxygen, you know, you breathe, you can't see it, but you breathe it, so that's how you know it's real, right? Through a direct experience. But when I started to, you know, expand my thinking and I started to reflect and experience things in my life, I had a whole 180. And there's actually a risk, a serious risk to humanity, because whenever you're being taught that there's a monster out there, right? That your own human brothers from this faraway land, they're monsters out there. Yeah? Whenever you're being taught that, it's usually there because they're trying to prepare you for when you need to die for your masters. They're trying to prepare you. They want you to be able to dehumanize these other humans so you could crush them, destroy them, and so you could benefit, and your people could benefit. So the biggest lie that was ever told was that the monsters are out there and they can look like us. But the truth is, there's a huge downside to not believing in the unseen. When you don't believe in the unseen because you never had, let's say, an experience of it, even though your soul is unseen, and I don't know, most of you guys probably don't even believe you have a soul. You think you're just a bag of meat walking around. Doesn't even your thoughts, they're not real, right? They're just hallucinations or whatever, right? But in reality, you have a soul. Obviously, when you dream, and let's say you had a lucid dream, who's the one that's conscious in that lucid dream? That's your soul. That's you. Okay, we're not going to get into it. But there is the unseen. The soul is a part of that. But there's also living things that are unseen. When you realize the enemy has been this person your ancestors been telling you all about for many years, nicknamed the devil, right? And that he's got demons that work for him, you realize that the world is in a sort of almost anti-human, pro-demon state. That we have all this wonderful resource, but we cannot share and help one another. That we're away from nature. Because nature gives you the fruit, lets you plant it, right? God gives you the fruit, lets you plant it, lets you grow it and get more fruit, and keep doing that as long as you take care of it and you do your part. Instead, we got property. No, you cannot have from, did you touch my fruit? Bang, kill you. That's mine, that's my property. That's what we have now. It's very anti-human, very demonic, right? You realize we're being played right now. These TikTok comment sections, you'll see these people being, whatever color, pick your color, being racist against one another. Some of them even say their race is God, which is just a whole other, that's another trap that demons got you in. But when you wake up and you realize, okay, there's something playing both sides, and it's the same type of hateful energy, wants to see the other side as a monster, you stop paying attention to the noise. You see past these bickering debates, Muslim, Christian, black, white, whatever. You see the debates, you stop paying attention to the bickering. You know, immigrant, anti-immigrant. And you realize all of it is there so you don't act human, so you don't act as an individual. Because believe it or not, if we were left up to our own devices and we didn't have these invisible actors influencing us constantly, whether that comes in the form of greed or whether that comes through literal possession, I honestly think a lot like when you get a wound and then your body starts to heal, I think we would self-heal. You know, and you see all the horrible greed and evil that's coming out of it's not real, and how they're just completely destroying the livelihood and the living space of my people. You realize, like, and then how America's just fucking 10 toes. Yes, daddy. You realize, like, dude, there's something going on much bigger, much bigger than all our bickering. And we need to wake up. We really need to wake up. Because when whatever they're planning happens, and y'all still bickering amongst each other, you're gonna be the ones to lose ultimately. You're gonna be the ones to realize too late. Oh. But you don't have to worry, because no matter what, there is a day of justice that is gonna happen. And that's what they fear. That's why they see them buying all these bunkers, trying to throw all these different psychological operations your way, do these numerological events where there's like numerological symbolism involved with it. So it's like they're planting seeds, or they're letting you know something's coming so they can try to get away with it. These elites, they laugh in your face. They put you in a rat maze, make you think it's the real world, but in reality, it's a prison they set up for you. And it's not that the real world is a prison, like the Gnostics teach. They're all about that. They tell you don't even have kids. It's kind of crazy. They say it's like you're trapping a soul in this demiurge prison, which is a joke, by the way. That's hilarious. You guys really believe that? You believe all this? You go out to nature and you have an experience of euphoria from seeing the beauty of the horizon or the forest or the whatever, and you really think a demiurge that wants to enslave your soul would give you something that soothes your soul, that gives you calmness and peace? You really think that, bro? The reality is there is a God, and He created everything. But He's given us free will. And these elites, He's given them privilege because it's a free will test. These elites, they're hoarding and controlling the philosophies that we're fed, the way we're thinking, what we think is right and wrong. They push their agenda because obviously they got the money to do it, and they get you to get stuck in a false, matrix. They did it before through false religions, and that's how they got people. Now they're doing it through these black mirrors, these black screens to trap you. They're doing it through this way, and this method is throw as much noise at them so they scattered and never really consuming the stuff that is going to wake them up. Like early TikTok. I don't know if you remember early TikTok, y'all. That was a different TikTok. We're living in post-free TikTok right now. So they got you stuck in their false matrix, basically. Chasing all the things that don't have actual value. So you don't generate any value, and you just end up becoming a soulless corpse. In fact, many of you don't even believe you have a soul. You don't. It should be self-evident, but in your own warped matrix that you've been trapped in, you don't even believe it. And I'm gonna tell you what, when I was an atheist, materialist, that was the one thing I couldn't let go. I always intrinsically had a sense, no, of course I have a soul. What do you mean I don't have a soul? Right? What's the difference between a corpse and you? There's something that animates you, something inside it's not electricity. Oh, it's just electricity. So if you put electricity in a corpse, they're going to come back to life, like Frankenstein. Wake up. So the fact that the soul exists, and you can let them debate all they want because they're sore losers. But the fact that you have a soul means that there is part of reality that's invisible. There's a whole invisible reality that you're a part of, and that's where it gets very, very scary if you don't become conscious of these obvious questions that you should be asking. Those big questions that they don't want you to ask because, it might actually lead you to God and actually realize like, oh, whoa, there's an actual creator. It's not a he or she. It's beyond, it's not born, does not die. Is beyond anything you can imagine or compare to, is the originator of all dimensions below, right? Has the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and is providing every single heartbeat you're having. Yeah? The reason you're alive right now is because your heart is beating. That's what we're talking about here, right? That's God, who's doing all these things. That's the potency God has. The power. And a lot of us been taught some man in the sky, all these things, a human man in the sky. What the fuck are you talking about, buddy? That's what they want you. They want you to worship man. They want you to worship the Pharaoh. That's the system. When you realize like actually it's very logical and it's actually very natural, that you'll be taken care of. But for those who are stubborn, bro, there's stubbornness. I get it. I didn't want to accept it either. Because I was a hardened atheist. All my friends were hardened atheists. We would make fun of these beliefs. But when you realize like They don't even bother to ask these big questions. They don't even care. They just leave it up to their expert shamans, basically. They're experts, the modern day shaman, that they never question. You realize, like, oh, they're not thinking. They're not even trying to think. They're just following. They're just following. They don't even care about, hey, where are we all heading to? And you come away with realizing, like, everything is not random, that everything does have a purpose, and that it's all intentional, and that there's a greater plan that you're a part of its unfolding. And you better be choosing the side that's righteous, that's good, and that's genuine. That's the side that you should be on. That's the side you intrinsically want to be on, unless there's something wrong with you, right? Like, if you saw somebody who likes to, you know, I hate to say it out loud, but there's people out there, they like to wrestle in cow doo-doo, okay? It's kind of gross. Oh, no, there's microbiotics. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What's wrong with you? Don't be doing that. Oh, well, it's my religious... No, that religion came from the devil, brother. You gotta wake the hell up. What you mean? When you realize that, when you see, like, oh, this is not natural to us. It's not social. That was a social imposition on you guys. That was not something that came naturally to you, right? And you realize, oh, there is an invisible forces that exist, and there's a force that does want to influence you towards the bad, right? Then you put two and two together, you realize, oh, this is just one of those projects this demonic entity group has to make people do things that are not clean and good, that they intrinsically know, right? It's not socialization, it's unnatural. It's not naturalization, it's a socialization, and it's unnatural. You naturally know good. You can tell good from evil. You have an instinct, unless you've been so messed up that you're unable to perceive what's right and wrong. You should know. We all have it. That's why this thing keeps falling out. I have to put super glue. So, oh my god! No! Look at that! Yeah, I need to get a legit one. This thing's fucked. What are we gonna do? No, hopefully it doesn't fall out as I'm making it. I'm gonna check comments after I finish his hand. This guy's hand folded, not the other. this one anymore. It's so loose. I can feel it. Ah, that's so bad. Maybe if I tape it? Let's see here. Ooh, did I fix it? I might have fixed it. Looks legit now. Yeah. Okay, let me check the chat. I know I've been talking a lot of shit. Let me see here. How's it going? Life's going good, bro. I just, you know, I have to let you guys know sometimes. You guys have a responsibility as consumers to consume things that you think deserve to succeed. Not just to consume things that are guilty pleasures or just so brain rot, mindless trash, right? Don't let the rich kids keep winning, okay? That's what's going on. We have a system full of rich kids that can advertise and clip, pay a bunch of people to clip their videos, put it out there, and forcibly be on your feed, essentially, because the algorithm is stupid. While people like me making what we're in 1,000 lives almost. I've done probably almost 1,000 lives, if not more. I'm still barely pulling numbers and barely getting likes, barely getting the support that I deserve, that these rich kids are getting, because, you know, fuck them. But yeah, you guys do have a responsibility. When you see some original artists out here, original creators out here, like the shit out of their videos, like the shit out of their life, like, support. Fuck the rich. Okay, let me see what else we got here. The TikTok is telling me to log in so I can see, which is retarded. Thanks, Galactosa. Appreciate you. See the Instagram live. And it's dead. Appreciate y'all for not supporting fucking bitch ass motherfuckers. Okay. We got this. 319-769. Give it a second, it's loading. I'm gonna check the chat. I'm just... These fucking rich kids, bro. Look, I gotta put tape on my shit to keep drawing my stuff. These motherfuckers, they get everything handed to them. Because the system we live in is trash. It's not really for if you're doing quality, if you're doing, it's for if you got connections, access, and you have come from a wealthy family. Obliterate that system, guys, by liking my work, liking people who are like me, is work, sharing and supporting them, right? I can't even freaking afford to get another pen, and I need this to do this. I had to tape it. Help me out here, or else. Damn. Okay. Let's see here. Now I can see the chat. What's up, bro? L Watts. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. All right. Let me see. Any more people want to chat? How do I stay motivated to draw? Look, man. I can't rely on motivation anymore. Right now, I'm relying on rage and love, right? Love for the fact that I know this is something very important for me to share with you guys, that it's going to wake up the world one day. It's going to point people to the truth. Love for the fact that all these designs and how much effort I put into it, how much I see so clearly in my head that I wouldn't be able to go to sleep if I didn't try to share this with y'all, right? Even though it takes immense effort, time, money, energy, right? And rage at the system and the way it's set up, and how people who are striving to create something real are being punished, while the rich just keep getting freaking richer, while the poor keep getting poorer, you know? While these people who, they want to act like they're helping people by giving charity, but they want to have their name blasted on it, right? So, you guys, I know you recognize evil, and I'm here to obliterate evil, and I'm doing it using comics. So those are my two motivations if I had to pick one. It's rage against evil and love for what's good and real and authentic. Thank you, Nasi Kalalaboon. Appreciate you. Please like. Make it good, make it big, make a big like for me. People who are like me, who are struggling, because this system is not right. It's demonic. It's not human. Help people who are trying to make original stuff relevant, right? Help people who are really, really working hard. Obvious. Like it. Okay. Let me see you at TikTok. Nathan. How do you do you offer any classes on panel and storyboard? Dude, I'm here to help you. If you guys want, join the Hyperbolic Manga Chamber Discord. There I can help you more closely. And I'm not going to charge nobody nothing. I'm a different kind of animal here. I'm not an animal who is driven by cash. I've unfortunately never had it. I don't care. But I'm somebody who wants to see more beauty and originality in the world. So if you're working on a comic, if you're working on anything that's art related, music, whatever, I want to help you. And in whatever way, whatever question you ask, I'll answer the best of my ability. You can show me your work. You can message me on the Facebook. You can message me on the Discord. In the Hyperbolic Manga Chamber Discord. I'll drop it for you so you can join it if you would like. It's public, free, whatever. And I will do my best to check it. I didn't check it. I have to answer Ravioli Art. He hit me up the other day. I think it was Ravioli. Or it might have been LX Watts. I have to see it. In fact, I'll see it right now, real quick. So let me see. Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, L. Watts. You need a lesson on how to make comics. Yeah, I remember. I'm actually gonna check it right now. The Discord, I'm pulling it up. Wow, amazing diver man, bro. Killed it. He made a cool logo. Amazing. Okay, and then we know LX Watts. See your I see it. All right, dude. You did a good job. Good job, bro. Now you do have that Roblox style. I remember I was talking to you about that. That's what you like. That's what you like. Yo, this is where I share my manga. All right, so my manga is about my main character called Jamal. He was getting robbed by two guys, but he accidentally killed them, trying to defend himself, and then he gets a haircut and lives in the streets, trying not to get caught by the police. We really summarized the crap out of it. This is my cover, by the way. Okay, so you want to make like a small one-shot manga or something for that, or is it a series? This is only the beginning of the story. There's more things. Oh, okay, so it's probably a series, huh? Just hide. It's more thing happening than just hiding from the police. But this is what I have for the beginning. So the beginning event scene of your story, it isn't your whole story, right? So when you're trying to convey your story, don't give us the first scene in your story. Instead, give us the summary of the goal and threat and conflict and theme of your story. So your main character, he has to deal with the threat. Maybe you're talking about the first scene, he's put into a situation where the police are after him because he killed somebody, but he didn't, I don't know, he got scared because self-defense didn't run, he didn't realize it was self-defense or whatever. So he ran away and made him look bad, and now the police are after him, right? And that's not the whole story, right? That's just a scene and there's some conflict, but the police is not the main bad guy, right? In your story, who's the main bad guy? What is their goal? Who's the main good guy? What is their goal? And you try to tell the summary by expressing that and what the main character is going to do about it. You don't have to give too much detail, just an idea. I'll help you out with that. I'll respond to you in the chat. Good to have a strong scene to start with. Good job, bro. Yes, I agree. Emperor Zerg is awesome. He's in the Discord, the Hyperbolic Manga Chamber. He's right. Yes. So good scene to start with, because you have a hook scene, and now hook scenes, they try to teach you that, oh, you gotta get their attention so fast. You don't have this much attention. No, sorry, dude. Don't fall for that. These people who think like that, all they do is look at numbers all day. They're so divorced from being actually artists and human, essentially. They're so like, well, it seems like whenever we add a fan service character, the numbers go up. It seems like when we just put all actions and completely remove the story, just make a bunch of action, it seems to do really well. Look at these numbers. Look at the age. Oh, okay. So the statistics show, kiss my ass, bro. I'm not here to do math. I'm here to tell a story that I believe in, right? So you have to have that mentality. Going into this thing, whatever you do, don't write because you think, oh, that's going to catch their attention. That's going to grip their attention if I just start out with this shocking scene. If it's good for your story and you believe in it, that's good. But if you're just doing that scene just to get the reader hooked in, and you don't even think it's the right way to start your story, don't do that. Don't do that. You got to be genuine, bro. You got to be coming out. I'm not critiquing you, L Watts. You're fine. I'm just saying, as a principle, act and create from a genuine place, not from a place where it's like, well, the statistics show this succeeds and this doesn't succeed, and this is how you should do it forever. What? Stupid. These are people who are so scared to take any risk. They're so scared to do anything actually original from their heart. And they don't even understand it. To them, this is all gibberish. May God have mercy on your soul, bro. If you're thinking like that, and I have family members that I'm related to, I talk to them, I'm telling them, these family members that are immediate family, not immediate family, they're cousins of mine, uncles, they don't get what the hell this message is that I'm giving. They think is, like, I ain't gonna blast anyone, I'm not gonna drop any names, but let's just say I had an uncle of mine, God bless him, may God have mercy on him. He goes to another country and opens up a restaurant using a very popular burger place in California, his name, for this restaurant that has nothing to do with burgers or anything. He just uses it in this foreign country because, hey, that's a popular name, and it's a simple name, and it's already established. Let me just see if it'll work over there, and that's what he did. No soul or heart in his business. Just straight up like, how can I maximize profits and convince these idiots to give me their money? What the fuck is? Wake up. So, or I'll have cousins of mine, like, God help them. They're telling me like, oh yeah, you should make your character this age and this character this age so it could be better for these numbers and this. Go to sleep. Go away. I'm gonna tell my story in the way it needs to be told. Okay. Sorry about that. Can you tell me a little bit about my story so it makes more sense? Yeah, you can go for it. Go for it. If the live text is too short and you're not able to tell me as much as you want, you can always do the Discord option too. I'm looking at the Discord right now. And like I said, I'm gonna help you out. I'll message you on the Discord and give you I'll try to come up with a log line for you, but I need to know who the main bad guy is and who the main good guy is and what their goals are and how they conflict, right? So I will actually check the chat in a little bit, so you're welcome to comment that. Thank you, Nasil Kabun. And then for Nathan, I know you were saying you wanted to take classes or something. I don't do classes. I don't charge anything. If you want any help, I will tell you on the live. I will help you. I made a public manga Discord, comic book Discord basically, that you can join. It's totally free, and I will be able to help you like I'm helping L Watts, and hear your idea, give you feedback, give you your own channel, like L Watts. You have to give us your title, by the way. Your title, so we can make a little private channel for you in the hyperbolic manga chamber, and we could actually see your feedback in one place all the time. So that's a cool benefit for it. For sure. Let me see here. Metal Vengeance. Ravioli, I don't know what happened to you, bro. Ravioli Art. You came, you told us a little bit about your story. We made a channel for you, but then you never respond. Maybe you don't use it that much. I recommend you check it out. I'll give you a week before we delete it because there's limited space for people to make their channel on the thing, and we can help them directly. Okay, let's see here what we got. Okay, 1 second, guys. Yeah, so I will see if I can drop. Oh my goodness! Yeah, you're welcome to tell me your story in the chat or in the Discord, whatever you want, bro. No problem. Like I said, I don't charge to help people. If you're gonna learn how to do comics, I want you to do comics, bro. I want you to express your story. I don't want it to be just sitting in your head all day. Let's see. I'm opening up the Discord in my laptop, which is unfortunately a potato, and it's gonna take forever. While it's taking forever, I'll put this over here. Some water. Two years later. Oh my goodness, my Discord taking forever. Finally. You know, it's really sad, dude. I see a lot of these people who are doing comics, manga, and they're not really original, but at least they're doing something that's their own. They don't have any sense of what's good or bad or what's original or not. They just pretty much copy what exists and think that's that's it, right? A lot of these guys, man. When I connect and I try to connect, because I will literally go to your guys' art profiles. I'm gonna like the shit out of your art. If on my TikTok, so I try to do Instagram too, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm more active on TikTok. So, but I'll go on the TikTok, scrolling. I'll see an original artist. I'll look at their stuff, like it. I'll leave a nice comment. I'll go on their page, like 20 of their videos, bro, if I can, and then I'll leave a comment saying, "Hey, I really think your work is awesome. Let's be mutuals." I'll do about let's say 40 of these a day, of these different art profiles of original artists trying to do something. Maybe there are different levels, whatever. And from the 40, I'll maybe get 4. And it's like, I'm putting myself out there. I'm actually trying to connect. A lot of these artists on here that are original artists, there's a big ego problem in the community. And I'm here to obliterate your ego because number one, you guys that I know which one of y'all didn't accept the mutual request I offered. Because y'all be thinking like, oh, wow, that must be so dope. No, you're not, dude. I'm connecting to help. That's it. It's not that you're so dope and that you know this is an ego an ego boost for you. No, it's hey, hi fellow neighbor. Let's support one another. That's what that is. But there's so much ego in the artist pool. A lot of them are young cats. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They think they're hot shit. They are not. I had one dude, fucking jokester. I don't even remember his name. He was talking all this smack. Like I reached out to him. He won one of these competitions on Manga Plus. By the way, Manga Plus, there's no competition. The Manga Plus Shonen Jump Manga Plus contest for the Americans. There's no competition. It's all a bunch of people just putting out their stuff. And this guy, he won one of them, I guess. And he got noticed by a editor, and he was able to get assigned an editor for his thing or whatever. I hope the best for him. Last I checked, nothing really happened, but I hope the best for him. I reach out to him, and I say, hey, that's awesome, congrats, here's my way of thinking, what I think, we gotta do something about how the Western industry needs to follow the Eastern industry, accept the bad parts, right? How we need apprenticeship system, and that when I win, I'm gonna try to bring in apprenticeships from all over, help people, develop the industry, help people. He gives me just a basic ChatGPT response, like just fucking quick, here, whatever. And I tell him, hey, we should be mutuals. And he tells me to send my pitch book to him in the DMs and Instagram. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. You could see it on my page, but okay, he wants me to send it to him, no problem. Send it to him. And I don't look at the comment he responds. I didn't even check it because I'm not thinking. I'm not chasing ego boosts, right? I'm just sending it and I'm doing my thing, going about my day. And it's so funny because when I check the DM, this guy, this no-name guy, I don't want to ruin him. He's talking so much shit. He's completely egoed up. Bro is like, you're not good. You're trash. You're not professional. Your work is not good. You're da. This is what's wrong with your work. This is what's wrong. This is, and you're a fanboy. You're a big fanboy. What the fuck are you talking about? He assumed because my title is Demonation, he assumed it's like a demon slayer story. He didn't even bother to read the fucking pitch book because you would know what the hell the story's about in the first sentence, and he just went off of assumptions. And the reason he was looking at my pitch book was to size me up and to compare himself to me. He didn't believe that Shonen Jump emailed me back when I sent my pitch book to them, and he's like, yeah, whatever. And he was just being a complete idiot. And he's like, how come you didn't check your message right away? What the fuck? Well, show me your email. And he's all bragging about being professional. Oh, that's very professional, bro. You want me to show my personal emails to you? Oh, I showed him a screenshot so he could shut the fuck up because he knows I'm real. And then he starts changing his tune once he sees that. He's like, well, I know you're good, but you know, I just think, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Anyways, what do you want? What happened? I'm talking to them. What happened? You need help with something?
No,
Yes, he said he's coming. I don't know if he changed his mind.
No, but
I don't know. He's kind of taking his sweet time, and I really don't have time.
Yeah.
You should tell him not to come then.
It's late.
He's taking his sweet time. Yeah, he's gonna come. What? 1 p.m.
عشان اريد اجي وروح بقعد ساعتين مثلا ويروح هيك قصده. روح اشوف.
So he wants to go later. Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Okay, it's okay.
No problem.
بتطلع السيارة.
What? You need it right now?
ايش بدنا؟
When do you want to go? I can take it.
ها بدي اعمل اكل.
What you gonna make?
What do you want?
What? For real?
Huh?
I want pizza.
Okay.
You gonna buy pizza?
I'll buy pizza.
No, I'm joking. I don't want pizza.
Pizza.
Whatever you want, Mom. I don't care. Whatever you want. You need to go. Whatever you want to eat.
Okay, بعدين بتطلعها. Okay?
Okay, I will in a little bit. I will in a little bit. God bless you. I'm talking to the chat.
Ah.
I'm talking to the chat.
Chat. لهم everyone having
Yeah, I'm telling them about somebody who not to think this like this person. You know, that don't think too big about yourself. Yeah, so I love you. That's not
Love you.
Love you. It's not over. Anyways, I forgot where I left off. Yeah, anyways, bro, he started, he was just talking mad shit. And I didn't expect it, because I'm like out here just trying to connect. There's a lot of ego in the artist pool, unfortunately. And they don't even deserve it. If you see the guy's work, you'd be like, bro, this guy's just a Bleach clone. Like all the other Bleach clones that exist, bro. It's insane how many Bleach clones are. Even one famous one, JJK, fucking straight up Bleach clone. But not even done as good, I'm be real with you. Bro, their designs are so boring. And the only reason you guys like it is because it's been shoved down your fucking throat. That's the only reason. Their designs is absolute trash. The only thing that shit has going for it is a power system that's somewhat unique. That's it. But the main character, the nice guy troll, the fucking just the cast is absolute trash. Gojo straight up Kakashi clone, and these fools want to pretend like he isn't. He straight up is the design of Kakashi, bro. Oh no, he has beautiful eyes. Okay, get out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here. It's hilarious. But all these fools, bro, a lot of these artists, they're just Bleach. They're second generation, third generation Bleach clones. And they take themselves very highly, and their nose is up in the sky because they can't breathe the same oxygen as you because they're better than you. This is how they think. So God help them, have mercy on their soul. Anyways, that at the end of the story, I told him, like, bro, you're just a black hole. Like, there's no point in me defending against your false critiques. You're just here to get yourself an ego boost. You're playing all these ego games, so be gone. I cut off contact with that garbage. Don't even remember his name. I wouldn't share it even if I did, because I'm actually a fucking decent human being, and I don't want to hurt people's chances because they fucked up when they were young, you know? Not helping.
And I'm gonna send an invite link to the chat for Nathan if he wants to show some of his work that he's doing, that he wants me to help him with. Let's see here, it's in the share your manga, bro.
Okay, I will check it out on the Discord. But right now, how do I at Nathan here? Nathan Art. That's for you, buddy. I don't have classes, but if you want me to help you and see your stuff, you can join this public manga Discord I made. And, you know, I always love to share knowledge or information when I can. And I will definitely check it out in a little bit. And I got ink all over my hand. It's wonderful. By the way, I need to speak, because this is the stuff that happens when you work traditionally, shit like this. But I think it's important that I recommend this to you guys. You guys should start traditional. In fact, if you can keep as little digital in your process as possible, I actually think that's good for you. And the reason is, number one, you're going to be faster. You're not going to be stuck undoing Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, right? Number two, you're actually going to learn how this texture, this whole other dimension to traditional that digital will never experience. The texture, the feeling, the mess, the smell, the immersiveness of it, right? There's something about you and your brain with your hand working like this, in getting all those texture feedbacks, seeing the marks you're making. There's something about that that is irreplaceable. You will not ever get in digital. Digital, it's almost like, I don't know what to tell you about. Whenever I see the digital stuff, you can see it. It has a look to it that is very plastic looking. Even the lines, there's something about it that just don't work. You have to really know how to play with digital to make it look good. So I recommend y'all do traditional. Wow, said the opposite. Do traditional and then use digital for cleanup, things like that. Get into digital later. Do traditional first. Do traditional first. Play with traditional mediums. You'll have a better time, and it'll translate into the digital a little bit. So you'll be good. Okay, I will be checking that Discord, Elza Watts, in a little bit. Let's see here. I'm gonna just do the outlines. What the fuck? This shit's not. Is it dried already? Because I'm talking too much. Yeah, I'm watching a video right now where they're talking about this belief of a man in the sky, and that people keep conflating that with like the uncreated creator. They keep thinking that the uncreated is gonna be in the form of a creation in the sky, just be like Neo, all powerful and shit. To be uncreated means you exist before any form. You exist before any spirit. You exist before anything. You're uncreated. You always is. So there's only one that's uncreated, and that's the source, the originator of all existence. That's God. There's only one. That's the originator. So a way to think about this, I think for me when I was atheist, what really helped me kind of wake up is I was actually working on my story, and I don't want to give too much away because a lot of my story has to do with waking up to the truth, right? So, but essentially, I was questioning dimensions and how they teach us that we're in the third or fourth dimension, and that there's higher dimensions and there's lower dimensions. There's a second dimension, there's a first dimension. This is in physics. They talk about this. Look up the Flatland Experiment by Carl Sagan. And I was thinking like, okay, well, if we can perceive parts of reality in this dimension, our dimension, the third or fourth dimension, that the second dimension cannot perceive, but we can experience the second dimension whenever we draw or whatever, everything's flat. We can know what the second dimension is like and the first dimension is like, but we cannot know the dimensions above us. Does that mean the beings living in the dimension above us, they have knowledge of their own dimension and everything below it? And where does that trail end? Because if we're saying that we have access to reality but not all of it, but there's a level above us that has more access, and there's a level above it that has more access, and they have access of everything beneath them, then who has all access? And being that it's a dimension of reality where you can experience the reality, right? And there's ones who are in a lower dimension, they can't experience what you're experiencing, but the higher dimension can experience what you're experiencing and some, but not what's above them. Then who has access to the whole truth, to the whole true reality? And wouldn't that make them the first because they're able to experience everything below, right? So we're taught in school that everything starts from zero and goes all the way up. There's nothing, and then suddenly there's something, and that's very basic, and then it grows more and more, and it gets more complicated over time. That's what we're taught. But when I realized that's actually you have to flip that on its head, because that's not real, that's not true. That actually we're coming not from 0 to 100, but we're actually the 100 is the first thing, the absolute is the first thing, and that we're all coming from that. It flips the whole reality on its head. It says no, there is actually an ultimate originator at the very top who has all total access to reality, who can experience all, who knows all of reality. He's the originator of it all. And all those below it don't have as much of the piece of the pie, right? They cannot comprehend as much. And so we're all the way down here, and God is at the very beginning, that is the top. Okay, and he can understand all that is, all the things that are below him, because nothing's going to be above him. He is the originator, Alpha, Omega. Not some man in the sky, right? God is uncreated. He's not, doesn't have a body, doesn't have a spirit, right? These are things that he creates. So they're not uncreated with him. That he is always, and everything comes from his decision to create. And it's an intelligent decision, because we actually have clearly design that exists in every aspect of reality that we see. No matter, we cannot escape it. The ship is based off of, you know, animals. The plane is based off the birds. The ship is based off, I don't know, the fish. The car is based off of the horse. This is based off of the. We take what exists and we try to create a technology out of it. And the more and more we get incubated by this technological false matrix that we're entering into, the more we begin to forget, oh, wait a second, there is actually a God and this was a gift given to us. And that we're actually meant to do good with it and not be hoarding. So I thought I'd share that. I'm listening to some interesting lectures. And yeah, I might as well just share what comes up too freely in my mind. Okay, who called me? Hey, brother Sonic, what's up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? What's up, bro?
I'm just gonna come over real quick.
You still
For
yeah.
an hour. Huh?
Yeah, why don't you come over right now?
Yeah. I'm gonna come over real quick right now. Hang out for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
And is somewhere rocky there?
No, they're hanging out. I think he's sick, so someone's hanging out with Raku.
Okay, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just asking so I could bring an extra like
Okay.
control.
Okay, yeah. When you come over, I'll end the live.
Alright, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
All right, brother. I love you. That's all.
I'll sit up.
Damn, this tape fell off. See what's going on with this.
Problem is, how do you reconcile eyes with springs? Because Allah already tells you, He gives you a word for eyesight, which is basala, glancing or vision. Okay. Allah does not have an ayn. Let me show you what I mean. This is the story of Musa. He's put in something called the Tabut.
I wish I had super
And
glue.
he's not cast in the river.
Probably
This is
fix it
something
that
called
way.
Yen.
Hold on, I'm gonna go see if I
Let's
can
guess what that
find
means.
some.
It's a type of body of water. The same body of water that Pharaoh's people drowned in, and West people drowned in as well. So Pharaoh will take, he's an enemy, he will take Musa. And let me show you. He will be brought up under my eye. This is Allah talking. The reader thinks that Allah has an eye, exactly like we do. That's not what it says. This is not the word for under. This is the word for upon. Do not tell me that anyone is upon Allah's eye. Why? This word means springs. Springs, 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 springs. Springs upon my spring. Again, there's no body of the creator of the heavens and the earth that would defeat. We can't even conceptualize that. It's outside the creation. It's outside of our understanding. But we know that He created the heavens and the earth, and what's between them. There are springs in the creation that belong to Him. Upon my spring. Here's another one. Construct the ship by our eyes. No. doesn't say that. When you go to the story of Mary, you can see her.
So I need super glue because this thing keeps falling off. Okay, well I might as well look at your Discord entry that you sent me, bro.
You can see the problem, right?
Let me see. Hopefully you're still here, because then I can respond live. So let me see
The
what
problem
you put.
is, Mary was raised على عيني. That means upon our spring, upon my spring, not under our eyes. It says على under. Anyway. Yep.
You're still here? Okay, cool. Let me see what you put up on Discord.
I've also noticed some people on religious figures never say Masjid al-Haram.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna tell a little bit more of my story. So if you remember the beginning, second two guys were trying to rob Jamal, but the guy who survived found Jamal later on in the story, and he's trying to kill him. And basically, he's the main villain. But since Jamal doesn't want to be chased by the police again, he tries not to kill him, and basically Jamal has to deal with him for the rest of his life. I haven't decided the bad guy's name, but that is what I have here. Okay. Okay, it sounds like you have like a little mini story. Which is nice. Thank you.
كيف هذا كريزي اوكي انتبه هاي الغطوة هنا
Found the grade. Thank you, Mom. Okay, I'm gonna have to apply that.
بلاش ينشف غطيه فاسم
I think your story, there needs to be a bit of more of a, rather than events just happening and circumstances, it should also be driving some kind of thematic perspective. You know, so for example, Jamal, what does he represent in terms of his character? Is he like the hero with the right philosophy, the right mindset for this world that he's a part of, right? Where let's say in that world it's might makes right. Well, Jamal's like, let's say he's an upstanding guy and he represents no, it's about being righteous, and he ends up having to defend himself against these two might makes right mindset people, and he ends up killing one of them. The other one survives but wants revenge, and so you have a little bit of a revenge story in there from the bad guy's perspective, and then from the good guy's perspective you have him having to deal with that kind of constant dilemma of this might makes right what kind of world where, you know, how dare you hurt me, I'm gonna beat you now, you know. So I think you need to figure out what is your villain. First off, what is his way of thinking, her way of thinking, and why do they think that way? Ask yourselves these questions, and that'll kind of help tease out the roots of your story. Because what I'm seeing here is that, yeah, that character, there's events that happen to him, right? Jamal gets robbed, kills the robber. One of them escapes with their life, wants revenge. Jamal's scared, running from the police. There's these horrible events that happen to him, but it's just events. They're not charged with any kind of thematic element that will help really make it clear what story you're telling, right? So decide what your main character represents, what kind of heart he has, what kind of philosophy he has, and do the same for your villain. And ideally what you want is your heroes, they ought to be the medicine to the world or the situation that is taking place, the philosophical medicine to them. So for example, in a world that's oppressed and there's this world government oppressor, you have Monkey D. Luffy, a aspiring pirate king. Pirate. He's chasing his dreams on the open sea with his friends and going directly against this tyrannical government, even though he's just chasing his dream, right? So you have him as the medicine, freedom, and you have this oppressive world government where it's the disease where it's, hey, might makes right. We're more powerful than you. We're gonna oppress you to serve our masters, right? So you have these opposites. You have medicine against that philosophy, and it's embodied in the main character, Luffy, right? So I hope that helps you, dude. I don't know if you heard that. I'll try to leave a little summary of that, but I think what you need is your villain needs to have a clear theme that they're pushing. So maybe their whole thing is might makes right. The strongs are the ones who win, and that's it. It doesn't matter about right and wrong. It's about how strong you are. And then you got Jamal, who, in his case, maybe for him, it's about merit. It's about right is righteous and wrong is wrong. You shouldn't go and do those things. So you got to figure that out for yourself. You got to figure out what philosophies they represent and embody, and make your main character the medicine to that disease corrupted philosophy that seems to be prevalent in the story world you're creating or the situation that you put your characters in. I hope that helps, bro. Now I'm gonna put glue in this thing. What the hell? This motherfucker. How do you even use this? Okay. Take it off. Unscrew the cap, okay. And then what? To puncture the nozzle, turn the cap until you hear a clicking. Oh my. Now, unscrew the cap counterclockwise. Oh fuck, I always forget which is counter. Clockwise, so clock goes this way. So counterclockwise goes the opposite way, so it'll go this way. Oh my. Now, let's see if it works. Do I squeeze it or what? Oh, there's this thing right here. Oh, wow. I'm scared. Thought I got on my nail. Super glue. Okay. Hopefully. Oh. Hopefully it stays, man. Let's see how long it takes. Avoid eye contact. Of course. How long does it take though? Whatever. It should work. I put it on. It should work. Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna do the outlines and as many outlines as I can. And we're just gonna end it. And my brother's coming. And I'll come back and keep going. Alright, we're gonna cover up the chat. Thank you guys for those who are supporting. For those who are not supporting, may God have mercy on your soul. I don't know what to tell you. You really are stingy. And I hope you like your AI slop that you will be serving, being served in the near future. Okay. Boruto fan art.
they say how long.
Let's see what else I can watch.
Been a minute since we've had a pollo loco. Start off with the queso blanco burrito. It's spilling out here, so I'm gonna eat it with the foil. Let's add some guac to it. Alright, there we go. It's good, but it's very mushy. You can literally slurp this burrito. Next, we got the tostada bowl. Take a piece, it's at that same guac, and add a little bit of that chipotle sauce. Buen provecho. Definitely has some kick. But I gotta be honest, that breast meat is too dry. And last, we got the chicken. Let's eat the leg. So juicy. The skin has all that marinade flavor. Let's again add that guac and that chipotle sauce. It probably doesn't get as much love, especially in this age of chicken fingerification. But in my opinion, this place is still justified. Been a minute since we've had that pollo loco. Start off with the queso blanco burrito. It's spilling
Pollo
out
Loco's
here, so I'm gonna
meat.
eat it with the foil.
Looks like the glue worked. What do you want? I don't think I even need him in the background, to be real with you. I don't need him in the background. I'm gonna just take him off. I'm gonna have this one. Because he has his reaction, we get a close up on what he's reacting to, then we get to see his response. So I'm gonna take it off. No, man. Oh, rain. Oh, rain. I'd rather focus on him in this panel. Okay, I'm just gonna end the live. Took our sweet time. We only did this, and a little bit of that. We've been going live for like 3 hours. I didn't do shit. We just took our sweet time. It's all good, buddy. It's all good. Yeah, I might have to pencil some more to know. Is this one? I have this one, and I have another one after this that I've already penciled. And I think that's it. And then I have to do the next round of pencils. Anyways, my brother's pretty much here in a little bit.